Welcome to the Get Folked Up podcast. Thanks for tuning in. This is where local music takes center stage. Stories come to life, and the artists behind the songs get the spotlight they deserve. So sit back, turn it up, and let's get folked up.
Hey, Dino. Welcome to the Get Folked Up podcast. We're all about supporting local music, telling the stories behind the songs, and introducing great musicians to new audiences. We're excited to have you. Do you mind, giving us a little example about, who you are and where you're from?
Sure. I'm Larry DENO. I live in Little Rock, Arkansas. I was born in California. My dad was a carpenter, so we moved about where work was. But I've been in Arkansas basically since 1969, so I consider myself a true Arkansan and a Razorback. And, I just love country music.
Excellent, man. Well, I mean, if you're from Little Rock, how has Arkansas influenced your music and your songwriting?
Well, I grew up. I was the last of 6 kids, so I had a vast variety of music trends. I'm 66 years old now, so being born in '59, all my brothers and sisters that I had before me, there was Dean Martin, the Platters, Herb Albert, and the Tijuana Brass, and so I've Dolly Parton, but I've just acquired the feel for country. And of course I like Southern rock, but country is my staple. And it just grew with me. And Tanya Tucker, growing up, loving all her stuff as a young boy and being able to sing a lot of it because I was first tenor.
No, there you go.
A real high squeaky voice. It's deepened now that I got a little older, but I can still hit them. Just the fact of everything around me, every way I live, everywhere I go, the people around me, the country music just is a big part of it.
Yeah, I feel that. It's deep rooted in the tradition and everything, the way we, the lifestyle that we live. I feel like. So
true.
Do you remember how old you were whenever you realized that music wasn't just like a hobby, that you wanted to pursue it further?
Oh man, yes, pretty much. Somewhere around the 7th grade. I lived out in the country, out off of Lawson Road, which there were paved roads, but we lived on a dirt road at the time, and had to walk from the main road back home. And just every time I got off the bus, I started singing. I just made the trip worthwhile, and I was just cutting up, singing songs that I grew up with, and the songs of the day that I was picking up on the radio and about. But I knew right then I wanted to sing. I wanted to do something like that. Singing was a big part of me. Yeah. I sang everywhere. I sing in the grocery store. I sing in the bank. And that's I'm talking about while I'm grocery shopping. I just cut out in the song, and people will walk up to me and either sing with me or congratulate me or tell me that they enjoyed it. But I'm not afraid to open my mouth and start bellowing music.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, man. I have the same tenacity to. I just have it in my head. I got to get it out of my system all the time.
That's it. It's in there. It wants out.
Exactly. So, what would be your favorite part that you would say? What's your favorite part about performing live?
The music touching people, their reactions, because as I watch the crowd, I just tend to find that one that it takes them places. Here we are, this is 2026, and there's so much going on in the world. uh, hatred and just, everything is tough. It's tough to live in today's society, and it's not just Arkansas. It's not Little Rock. It's everywhere. You watch the news. But my point about this is, when you hear a song and it takes you back to that place when you enjoyed that song or that music, and your memories take over, who you're with, where you're at, what was the day like, or the evening, or the moment. And I actually watch people close their eyes and will sway, or you kind of mouth the words as they go. But it's just, that's where I get my enjoyment, when music touches somebody and it takes them away from all the pain and the difficulties of today's world. Music is an outlet,
Yeah, it really is.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the biggest things that I try to push too for people about getting out is the bonds that are created, and the experiences that you get to have between the person performing for you. It's personal. So.
True. If I may, I had a show, which I'm going to go be in at this one place here called Sierra Tavern up in Morrilton, and they don't really have a stage, but they have live entertainment, and I've played there a number of times, and it's the same level as the dining area, the floor. They have a pool room in the back, and one of the songs that I play, Bob Seger, is "Turn the Page," and I mix up my music. I don't stay the same. I'm very versatile. I have different varieties of music that I enjoy, that I know others enjoy. But anyway, I was playing "Turn the Page," and the guy was playing pool, and my girlfriend Karen saw the guy come from the pool room, and he come up and he stood within 5 feet of me, right there. I'm right there in a little corner over this establishment, and he had his hand on a chair, and he was just swaying back and forth. He didn't even have his eyes open, and when I finished the song, he stuck his finger out and he said, "Now that's how you do that. That's how you do that song. That's exactly how it needs to be done." And of course, I shook his hand, got his name and everything. It's the meet and greeting. And like I say, you creating memories. You're taking people places that they haven't been and have forgotten. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's all I can tell you. It's a beautiful thing when if you reach one person. It can be 500 or 55 in the place or whatever. But if you hit that one person and you see it, I mean, I can feel the vibe. You know what I'm saying? I play restaurants, and I connect with people, and I can feel the vibe. And when it's done and over, and they just nod their head like, yes, that was it. So that's what I get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when you write your music, is it moments like that kind of inspire it, or is it just kind of a variety of stuff that you gotta accumulate?
I've got 3 songs, and I'm a little bit slow on. I do consider myself as a singer-songwriter now because my girlfriend's the one that started making me write songs. It's all her fault. And it's weird how the songs came to me. My first song, "Balance," that I ever wrote was like late 23. It came to me because she made me start writing songs. She took a photograph. I had just left a guy. I thought we were going to be the next Brooks and Dunn of Arkansas, and I just left a guy because we couldn't. I'll just say it. His ego took over, and we couldn't work together anymore. So I left him, went solo, and I got a photographer involved, and we went. I wanted something with trains and trestles and tracks and different things, and I was with him, and we were taking a break, and then I decided I was going to walk over to this area. I told him I'm going to check this area out and see about what it looks like, and maybe get some photos there. And I happened to take my guitar and jumped up on the tracks and was walking away from the cameraman and Karen, and I was balancing. Of course, my arms were swinging, and I didn't know that the cameraman was taking all these pictures. And she got the proofs in, and she come running in the kitchen, and she says, "You're going to write a song." I said, "I don't write songs, Karen. I'm a cover artist." She said, "You're going to write this one." So to make a long story short, she said we were going to call it Balance, and I blew her off. And the thing about how Balance came about is, if I may go into my story now, I was married to a lady, Cindy Llewellyn DENO, for 39 years and 2 days. And in 2019, June 1st, she committed suicide, took her own life. And she was a chronic pain victim, and I lost my wife. So to shorten the story, several months later, whatever, I met Karen, and I was already back trying to put music into my life, because all that stuff had been put away when I was dealing with Cindy for years. But anyway, she tells me I'm a good man. Karen does, because I helped her with her daughter. When we were dating, I was giving her advice about how to try to control her daughter, who was 15 and just a girl. And Karen would tell me I'm a good man. And I was at lunch one day. I have a real job like everybody else, because I don't make enough money playing music. 8-hour job, 5 days a week. But I was sitting in my truck eating a sandwich, and it just came to me. I wasn't really thinking about it. I was watching some cardinals fly around. There's a family of cardinals, and I was watching them. Eating a sandwich, didn't have the radio on, and all of a sudden it just hit me. And I said the words, "I know I'm a good man." And then I went, "I know I'm a good man." And I said, that sounded pretty good. I found an envelope sitting in the passenger seat of my truck, and I wrote half the song on it. I got home and I told Karen, and I put some music to it, and I told Karen what I went in there and told her. I said, "Are you ready for fame?" And she said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I've written your song." And she says, "What do you mean my song?" I said, "Honey, it's your song." She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Balance." She said, "My song?" I said, "That's what it is," because she told me when to write it. She said to write about your trials and tribulations and your happy times and sad times. And I said, "It came out. It's about you, Karen. I can't help it. Balance is because you bring me balance to my life." And I got with, Cliff Prowse? Cliff and
No,
Susan Prowse? Okay. Well, they're big time. You might want to check them out. They're big time. They play all over the world. And they won the Entertainer of the Year at the ACMAs this year. And they've won several awards. But Cliff and Susan Prowse, they have a studio called Red Dog Productions, and I took my music to them. We were already friends because I went to see them at one of their shows, and we communicated. So I called him up and said, "I got this song I need your help with. I don't know if I got too much here, not enough there, whatever." Took it to him, and he said, "Man, you do have a song." So he ended up producing it, and it's called Balance. And he played every instrument in that song. I told him, he asked me, "What instruments do you want?" And I told him everything I wanted in it. I wanted to make it a love song. And we did it. We pulled it off. And in October 17th of 2024, it was nominated for Traditional Country Song of the Year at the Grand Ole Opry by the Josie Music Awards. And I had a third song that I put out called Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking. It was nominated for Event Song of the Year. So being 64, 65, and now 66, never wrote a song in my life. I wrote 3 songs. 2 were nominated for Country Awards at the Grand Ole Opry by the Josie Music Awards out of 75,000 entries worldwide. Wow. So I think I just topped out on a bucket list. I didn't win the award. I didn't win the awards, but I did win because I was nominated for 2 songs.
Exactly. No, man, that's amazing. I wanted to touch base on that, so that's great. I didn't know. I would like to give my condolences too. I'm really sorry for your loss.
Man, I tell you, I appreciate it. It was a big part of my life because anytime you lose somebody like that, it felt like half of my body was missing for long. But Karen, I'm going to tell you something. She she came into my life because God sent her to me. I'm not going to go into how we met, but we met and we clicked, and it's working. And I'm so
Yeah.
happy to have her. I'm happy to have her because now she's my manager, my booking agent, my roadie, my groupie,
All the above.
all the above.
What
But
would you
thank you.
say? Oh, I'm sorry. You go right ahead.
No, I said, but thank you for understanding that it was a tough loss.
Yes, sir. I couldn't imagine. I lost my mom back in 2016, and we were really close. So you're never
Sorry.
ready for something like that.
No. It's just my whole world changed. My whole world changed.
100%, bro. What would you say to independent artists like you that are trying to reach that level of maybe getting nominated for something like that?
Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't take no for an answer. I'm not big time by any means, but I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I do have dreams still, you know. I'd love to have another band. I had a couple bands, but they didn't work out. But don't quit. I mean, follow your aspirations. If you're gonna do it, do it. It's not an overnight success. And whether you're 18, 15, 58, or 74, play on, be you, and enjoy life as it comes to you, and take the moments for what they are, and grow from that. I mean, like I told you, I can have 55 people in a restaurant, and if I reach one person, make that connection, I've fulfilled what I'm supposed to be doing, is what I see, whether it's one or all of them. I mean, because you're not going to get all of them, but it's just connecting. And, music takes people places. Like I said, people forget their lives, is what I find out. They tell me all the time, I forgot about that song, or man, that song brought me back to the days when I was with my grandpa fishing, or just, and I love to hear the stories. Because I have a story, you have a story, and these people out here have a story, and they get so wrapped up in today's life. Somebody's got to help them find that moment in time that they can just turn it all off and close their eyes and sing a song.
Amen. I love that answer. That's a great answer. And I was going to say, as far as like the people trying to reach level of success, I feel like that resides differently in everybody. And I think if you're satisfied with where you're at and how your music is reaching people, then that could be considered success, in some people's eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I know a lot of people. The young lady that I actually co-wrote Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking, Lindsay Watson with the Mama Tried Band is who it is. I'm a little old country voice guy, right? Lindsay Watson has a Bonnie Raitt raspy voice, and she's from Lamar, Arkansas. I don't mind mentioning her up here because she's a great little lady, and she has the Mama Tried Band, and she's got that raspy voice. And I brought her in on this project, this song, and I said, take what I said and turn it around like you're on the other side of town at a bar thinking about what I'm saying about you, and then we'll come in and do a harmony and we'll finish the song out. And like I said, that was my number 3 song that it was nominated for Event Song of the Year at the Grand Ole Opry, and I couldn't believe. I really can't believe it. It's still unreal to me. I was sitting in the Grand Ole Opry with Karen, and we had bought new clothes. Check this out. We bought some stuff down in Tennessee. We found a cowboy country store, because I wanted to wear that's what I wear a lot of the times. And we showed up and handed our tickets, and they tried to take Karen and I backstage, and I'm like, where are we going? And they're like, well, aren't you performing? I'm like, no, we're not performing. We're not a team. She's just my girlfriend. She goes, no, you look like you're performing. I said, well, I do perform, but I'm just here. I'm nominated for a couple songs, but thank you.
That's
That
awesome.
was a great moment. I love to play music. I wanted to play something every weekend. I want all my weekends filled with music. But we still have our time. We go to the movies, but we wrapped up in trying to get all of Arkansas under our belt because I want to hit all corners of it. Talking to these venues, trying to get them to let me come play.
Exactly.
But, so I'm pretty wrapped up with just the music into things and putting all my time into that.
I understand completely. Is there any new songs in your future, like in the works currently?
Well, yes. I've got about 4 or 5 sitting here that, there's 2 or 3 of them that are semi-finished, but, I need to get in the studio.
Yes.
And I'm a blue-collar fella, and life plays tricks on you sometimes, whether it be a car breaking down or, a family member needing help or, bills. So
Yes.
we put my 3 songs on a CD, and I had them printed out, and I'm trying to sell them during my shows. They're like $8 a piece to have 3 songs. It looks like a little miniature 45 record, and it's got all 3 of my songs. And I've got merchandise. I've got a few shirts. I don't have any hats yet, but there's a time and place to put your merchandise, and some places it don't fit the area. It doesn't fit the time. But just do what I do.
Oh yeah, I think that's a great idea. I would love to have a little sample track like that. If I was to come, it makes for a good little. It lasts longer than a T-shirt. It lasts longer than a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot cheaper than the T-shirts. I mean, you have T-shirts made, and my God, I have to get $25 a T-shirt, and that I'm not making hardly nothing on them, just to promote.
I was going to say, yeah, it's probably the low end of it right there.
Yeah. But yes, I do have some other songs. I'd love to be in the studio right now, and get these worked out and get enough for a whole album. But I would love to be in front of a band, and I want to play. I'd love to play casinos, and larger hotels and different things. And I want to travel more. We love to travel. I mean, it's an adventure, we make it an adventure, and we have a good time.
Yeah. Do you have certain places that you set up your gigs on the regular, or is it random most of the time?
Well, I'd like to call it regular. I'm a regular at may I say the venues?
Yeah, that'd be great, and I'd like to also try to promote them as well too.
Sure. The Las Platas Mexican Restaurant in Batesville and Heber Springs are what I would call one of my regulars. I play the Shorty Smalls in BB. I play the Rail Yard in Little Rock, and I also play the Oyster Bar. And in Morrilton, I play Sierra Tavern. And I love to keep the people involved. I don't want to humdrum them. And I'll talk to them, and I want to know what they want to hear. If they like something, I'll try to play it. I may know it, I may not. But it's just good times. You're out there eating a dinner, but you're hearing music, and you're talking to the musician, and now you're singing.
Exactly.
So it's a plus. It's a plus for me, and it's a plus for the establishment. But I like to say I've got the 22nd, or excuse me, the 8th coming right up here in a couple of days. I've got a new one that this will be my debut performance. Tennille's Steakhouse, Steak and Seafood over here in Little Rock. I'm sorry, in Russellville. I apologize. I'm thinking of something else. Tennille's Steak and Seafood is in Russellville.
Okay.
And then I've got the VFW that I'm going to play a debut performance in Tumbling Shoals, Arkansas. And then I've got my first ever county fair I'm going to play at the Lone Oak County Fair in September the 25th.
That'll be great.
That one I'm gonna cut loose on that one. Let me tell you, I'm gonna come unglued. They're people. I mean, we're gonna do some sing-alongs. We're gonna have people we're gonna have a good time.
What's the date for that one you said?
I'm sorry, the 25th of September, Lone Oak County Fair.
Okay.
And like I said, the Oyster Bar, October 1st. Back at Las Platas in Batesville on the 10th of October. And she just wrote this one. It's on the 17th of October. 421 Beer Garden. Beer Garden. Well, it looks like bear, Karen. Your writing has got to improve. But that's what it is. Like I say, we're having fun, you know. And what I'm impressed about, if I may, Franklin, the youth, the young people, I'm talking 18 to 25 now, that are in there and coming to me requesting George Strait, Waylon Jennings, Keith Whitley. I mean, the old, because that's what I play. I play a lot of the classic country. And they're coming up now. You know, we're coming back to this. It's being full circle. The style of music that I'm playing is the culture is accepting it and finding out that country's where it's at. And it's neat when they come up and say, "Can you do Conway Twitty? Or can you do this?" I'll even sing a Miranda Lambert song, man. I love The House That Built Me.
Yes,
You know?
Yeah.
And we were there. Let me tell you a little quick story. We were there Saturday night at Heber Springs, and there was a table of family group right there, and they had I'm going to say anywhere from a 7 month, 6 month, what do you think, 6, 7, 8 month old baby that was sitting there, and she kept looking at me and smiling, and I was just so tickled about it. But so anyway, I told the parents, I said, "Listen, after this song, I want you to pull her up here by me and get your cameras out." And this is another thing I love, creating memories. I said, "I'm going to sing her Sunshine on My Shoulders by John Denver. And I want you to videotape it because you can show it to her when she's 10, 15, 25, or when you're a grandmother. We're going to create a memory here that's going to be great." Anyway, I started ripping off this song, and that baby started dancing, shaking her little booty in that child seat, and the family at the table went nuts, and she was raising her hands, and she just started having a good time. And then when I finished it, they scooted her up there, and I played Sunshine on My Shoulders. I finger picked it and sang it to her, and she just loved it. I mean, there was nothing about it that she didn't love. She kept reaching out to me, and she would just shake her little hiney, and it was beautiful. I mean, and Mom and everybody's over just filming, and all I'm just like, man, this is just great. This is great. It was actually the best night I've had performing in restaurants or hotels or whatever. I had the best crowd, and communication was great. The songs were right on, the sing-alongs, and the manager there was walking through, and they were all videotaping, you know what I'm saying, the camera stuff, and they were just loving it. And it's one of the best nights we've had.
Those experiences, creating those memories is what it's all about. And there's something in us as people that we get out of our system whenever we get to go and do that.
Right. Like I say, it's an outlet. I mean, you can, and people come up after the show. A lot of them will go see Karen because I'm introducing Karen, through the show when I sing Balance. And a lot of people won't even come to me. They'll go to Karen and just say, man, we had such a good time. And how much it made their night. And, I love hearing that kind of stuff,
Oh yeah, 100%. I can't thank you enough for going that extra mile and making it about the crowd and the community, because that's what in the end is really gonna get everybody out there and strengthen it.
Yeah, you got to let them know it's okay to sing. You got to let them know it's okay to let your hair down a little bit.
Exactly. Well, for anybody trying to get out this weekend, is there anything you can say to convince them to come out and see you?
All I can tell you is, don't be surprised if I call you out. How you dressed, or what you're having for dinner, or if you look at me wrong, I'm liable to say something to you, because in a good way. Now, don't get me, but because I want everybody to feel. You ever been to a restaurant and it's laid back, but everybody's so quiet, and people don't want to, drop their fork or whatever, I've called people out for dropping their fork, don't use that again. It's dirty,
Exactly.
I just want them to lighten up, and just have a good time, relax. It's okay. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get through this. And that's what it's all about. Just, and I went up there after I breaking all my stuff down and getting it loaded up. And of course I went up there to get paid, and the daughter of the owner was the cashier that would pay me. And she says, people were coming up all night long wanting to know when you're coming back. They said they had the best time. And she says, I know, that's why we hired him. But I just, I'm different. So many artists are into themselves, and they're good artists, don't get me wrong. Some people you can't approach, and some people you can't talk to. But I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that's, hey, man, what do you want to do? What do you want to hear? What are you eating? Why are you eating that? Where are you from? I mean, tell me about it. Oh, there's my dog.
Well, that character, I feel like, is essential,
Well,
So,
it's work. I'm okay with it, so you're going to have to be okay with it.
excellent, man. I really appreciate it, brother. In the future, if you want to, feel free to email me or shoot me messages of your schedules, and
Okay.
that way I can post them on my social media and on my pages too.
Sure thing, brother. Sure thing.
To get you on here a couple months ago, and I was just getting started with the whole podcast, and so now I'm finally, the ball's getting rolling, and I'm able to network with people, and so
Yeah, that's good. I understand. Like I said, I wanted to be in the studio last year, and I haven't got there yet, so I know what it's like to want to get something done, and it's not happening. You just got to take time.
Amen, brother. Amen. Well, anytime you want to come back on, you just let me know. And if you want to let everybody know how, well, I guess, do you know if your songs are on Spot? Do you have them on Spotify yet?
Yeah, I've got them out there on all streaming platforms. And I was going to mention to you, the 3 songs are Balance, Tired of the Rain, and Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking. And that's a duet with Lindsay Watson. And Balance is a love song. It's Karen's song. It ended up being for her. And Tired of the Rain. We didn't even talk about it. How I come about that. That's about a woman that's got to go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking is about a couple that they love each other, and they just have their moments where they got to separate. He's in a bar across town. She's in the other bar, and all he can do is think about her, and all she can do is think about him. And then they come, in the song comes together. But the title, here's what's funny: "Tired of the Rain." Balance, we know, came about. It's Karen's song. She brings me balance. "Tired of the Rain" was derived from a phone call of a friend of mine that called me who I hadn't talked to in 10 years. And right after we started the conversation, like, "Hey, man, what's going on? Good to hear from you." "Man, I'm great, but man, I'm tired of the rain. It's been raining up here for days." I said, "Hold on." He said, "What do you got?" I said, "Just hold on." He said, "Well, what is it?" I said, "I'm writing this down." He says, "What?" I said, "You said tired of the rain." He said, "Yeah, it's been raining up here for 10." I said, "Well, it's a song." He said, "Good. You're going to write a song about tired of the rain?" I said, "I sure am." And that song I wrote within 3 hours and completed the whole song. I turned that song into, and ballads took me a couple of months after I got it going, but Tired of the Rain came in within a 3-hour set right after I got off that phone. Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking was, there's another guy out there that does some internet music or whatever, Tim Kelly Show.
Okay.
He and I hooked up when I first started getting my stuff out there, and I was listening to he also interviews artists, and plays their songs. And he was talking to this other guy, and I cannot for the life of me remember that artist, but he was a country bumpkin guy, and they got to talking about whiskey drinking and cutting up and doing this and that and whatever, and they got to laughing, and he said, "Well, yeah, that's definitely whiskey drinking." And then a few minutes later, that they started talking about how the whiskey makes you bold and this and that. And the other guy started laughing. He said, "Well," that's wishful thinking. And I went, "I got a song, Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking." And I just picked it up. It just comes to me. And what I'm so mad about right now is I feel like I should have 12 or 14 songs by now, but life gets in the way. You know what I mean? I am a singer-songwriter now, but I don't have what others can do and just block out everything and sit down and write lyrics. I've got to think about the dog's got to go to the vet, the truck payments due, I got a low tire, or the carpet shampooer just blew up. I have to go buy, I'm just a human being. But sometimes it just clicks. And that goes back again to what do I do to tell other people about the music business is don't quit. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to work 24/7 at it, let it happen. And,
you never know when that 3 hours is gonna hit you.
That's it. And right after I wrote Balance, everybody in the world, from family members to people that when I started putting it out there was like, "Why isn't George Strait singing this song? Why isn't Chris Stapleton? Why isn't Cody Johnson singing it?" And Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking, I just sent, check this out. I found the information. I won't say how I got it, but I did get the information. I sent a message, an email to Ella Langley that I want her and Riley Green to sing Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking. And I'm waiting. I keep looking at my email. I'm waiting for a response because I'm telling you, if everybody would go in and listen to it, all three of my songs, like I said, Tired of the Rain is about a woman that's got to go. It's a funny song, but it's still country. Balance is a beautiful song about just needing to hear her voice. And that settles me down. Okay? That's Karen. That's all Karen. She's got this South Georgia effect, that Southern accent that just melts me. Okay? But Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking is just, I think, and I'd love to hear from folks on this, that what they think. And to help me, I want Riley Green and Ella Langley to sing Whiskey Drinking and Wishful Thinking. It's right up their genre. Have you heard it yet? Have you listened to my music?
I have not been able to. No, I've got to get it
Okay.
over on Spotify. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, those are my 3 songs. All I ask is for everybody to go, enjoy them, and comment, say something to me, hook me up, friend me on Facebook. I don't have a website because I need to get somebody over here on my computer and build me a website. But if you want to reach me, I'm on Facebook. Uh, I got a phone number. Call me, email me something. But just enjoy what I give. Enjoy what I'm bringing.
Yeah, I know. I really enjoy the Facebook media that you get to share of a lot of your gigs and stuff like that. Those are sounding. I heard Sweet Caroline the other day. I pressed play on it, and somebody, I can't even remember, one of my kids had walked in the room and they heard it and they're bum bum bum.
That was actually the very first time I've ever done that for an audience.
Oh, really?
And I'm a solo acoustic, and I pulled it off, brother.
I was
That's one thing
impressed.
about that. Them people were having a blast. I mean, they were, the whole restaurant was in on it. But
That's cool.
I'll enjoy doing it again if I get that same kind of reaction.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta test the waters on it. You never know.
Yes, sir.
Well, brother, I won't keep you. I really appreciate everything, and I'll get everything posted towards the end of the video. I'll make sure everybody can find you. And now that I got the names of your songs, I'll get over on Spotify and check those out too.
Please do. Please do.
Yes, I'm excited to, for sure.
All right. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you letting me do this podcast with you and getting out there a little more, because I do enjoy everything that's going on. You know what I mean? It's new territory every time I turn around in the music business,
Yes.
and we're loving it. Karen and I are loving it. So
I'm with you, man. I'm kind of new going back into the scene as far as trying to find these groups and then finding an algorithm to where we can communicate. That's like pulling teeth.
yeah, you're right about that. That technology stuff. See, that's why I need to hire somebody to come in here and build my website the way I want it.
Excellent. Well, I've got quite a few people now that, just like yourself, that I'm able to communicate with, and sometimes one person can answer a question for another person. So I won't hesitate to pull up any resources I can to help if you ever need anything.
All right. Thank you very much for that.
Yes, sir.
And I wish you big success with this, because I mean, it's what you're doing for the indie artist. Okay, that's what I want to commend you, that what you're doing for us old guys, young people, or whoever you interview. It's just it's a plus, and I thank you for what you are doing and the time you're putting in to communicate with us, because sometimes that's all we need.
Well, it's been my pleasure, and I look forward to growing and being able to network with you guys a lot more in the future too.
That sounds good.
All right, brother. Well, I hope you have a good night, and thank you for coming on Get Folked Up podcast.
I thank you.
Yes,
Look
sir.
forward to talking to you again.
All right, Dino. You have a good night, brother.
Thank you.